Greetings.
Greetings.
Welcome to Film Gazers, a podcast focusing on the science fiction, horror, fantasy trinity, and 20th century entertainment. I'm Steph.
I'm Jess. We're cousins slash besties. Join us as we reminisce, discuss, and review films from our childhood.
Meowdy.
Meowdy.
Hello, everybody. We hope you're having a wonderful start to the month of April. We ended March with our 100th episode special. We hope you enjoyed that. We enjoyed making it.
Yes, I laughed so much during that blooper reel.
There were a few, that I was like, oh my God, this is great. And the tomato people game, as it shall henceforth be known.
Henceforth.
And we had so much fun doing that one that we're probably going to implement that occasionally.
Quarterly.
There we go. Quarterly. I don't know if we'll do mini-sodes or even just sometimes like throw it into an episode for fun. Depending, because sometimes movies we watch, if they weren't very good or, like not what we remembered or expected, sometimes they run a little short. So that might be a good, something to round out an otherwise maybe disappointing episode.
This episode sucked, so we'll play a game instead.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we don't like this movie. There's not much to talk about. So, what have you been watching? What have you been doing since then?
So I have a funny story that happened to me, and I totally did it to myself. Almost every woman in our family is diabetic.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any younger. And the beginning of this year, I did, I don't want to call it a whole 30 because I didn't do it like strict. But I cut out sugar and, dairy and stuff.
I feel like you do that every new year too. You're pretty good about you're like,
reset.
I'm doing a little reset for yourself, whether it be, like over processed foods or sugar, what have you, caffeine.
So I did another sugar detox because I had been eating a lot of sugar. Like, I was like, okay, it's getting out of hand again.
Yeah.
I need to do another reset because like lately sugar has been my comfort instead of like chips and dip or whatever. I've been wanting like jelly rolls and
girl, I haven't eaten so much ice cream, like ice cream out the wazoo for me.
So I did that, and then Easter weekend happened and I had 4 days off in a row. It was glorious. And I started my weekend off fresh from a sugar detox. And I made those like gooey carrot cake butter bars.
Oh my God. They were Stephanie. They were so good. Andrew loved them too. Yeah.
I'm glad y'all did because they were too sweet for me. Coming fresh off that sugar detox that I was like, a little off put.
Yeah, for sure. They were great with coffee. Like you do like, some unsweetened coffee. And then with that, it was delicious.
Well, I'm glad y'all enjoy them.
But they stabbed you in the back.
They stabbed me in the back because I had eaten that. And then I went full back to my regular coffee that I like, which is like...
Yeah, the fancy thick cream.
The fancy thick cream that I whip up and pour on top of my coffee. And when I actually looked at it, it was probably like 15 grams of sugar at least for a cup of coffee.
Oh,
made
damn.
Like that. And I was like, hey. So I went back to that because I'm like, and then Dave comes out of the room one day and he catches me. I'm in the freezer and I got like 4 Reese's peanut butter cups. I'm snatching out of the freezer and I'm like, I'm on kitchen. So I'm eating that. And then I had also bought, I love cream cheese frosting.
Yes.
So I bought the Pillsbury whipped one because I was like, maybe I want to make carrot cake instead. So I bought some of that, but I ended up making the bars.
And you just ate the frosting.
Because you know how I want to do. So needless to say,
total detox, no sugar, then a weekend of binge sugar eating. And what did that lead to?
It led to by Wednesday morning when I got up to go to work, I was like, I have strep throat. It hurts. And it felt like something was stuck in my throat. And I looked back there with a flashlight and there was white patches all over my tonsils. And I was like, oh, fuck, I got strep throat. Luckily, I have insurance right now. So I made an appointment with my primary and got to go after work. And she looks at my throat and she was like, that's thrush. And I was like, what? That's a baby thing. And she was like, well, are you like diabetic or like pre-diabetic? And I was like, oh God, I hope not. Like, that's like my fear. I was like, I just did a sugar detox. And she was like, and then did you eat a lot of sugar? And I was like, I mean, yeah, I was on vacation. And she's like, well, that is strange. She was like, are you like really good about your oral hygiene? I was like, I mean, I like brush my teeth and use Listerine. And she was like, do you use Listerine every day? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, what had happened was you killed all the good bacteria in your mouth with the Listerine. You had no sugar, and then you killed all the bacteria, and then you reintroduced all that sugar. And then if you like let any kind of sugar sit in your mouth for long enough,
Yeah.
you get fucking thrush.
Oh my God. So yeah, so the Listerine was actually killing the bacteria that would eat the sugar.
Yes. And she's like, you're lucky you didn't give yourself a diabetic shock.
Oh my God.
And I was like, my fucking God. The thing I wanted to avoid, I almost gave myself.
Oh my God.
And you don't come back from that once it happens.
Oh my God.
Like, you can shock your pancreas enough to where I could have got pancreatitis.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I did it to my fucking self.
That is insane. So that's a good warning for all listeners.
Yes. PSA. When they say come gradual off any detox, they fucking mean it.
And don't use a lot of Listerine.
Exactly.
Excessively.
You need
that bacteria
in your mouth. So I started taking probiotics again, the live kind that have like the live bacteria
to get it all reintroduced.
And I'm like, once again, I'm off sugar because they said sugar and bread feed it.
Yep. That's exactly right. Because it's just it's like a type of yeast infection.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm lucky it was in there.
Yeah. Oh my God, but that is crazy. That sounds awful. I am so sorry. I hope you get better soon and reintroduce sugar more slowly back into your system.
I will. Lesson learned.
So other than almost giving yourself the diabetes.
Other than that, last night me and my mom watched Alex Cross with Tyler Perry.
Oh, I think I've heard of this, and I would read the Alex Cross books. I watch, the Morgan Freeman movies were big for me. So I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, with Tyler Perry and like a modern, show like with it. I'm like, so how was it?
It was fine.
Oh, see, that's where you're like, it's fine.
It's fine. I mean, I personally love Tyler Perry, so I enjoyed watching him because he's such a big man.
Yeah, just most of his stuff is very like melodramatic. I feel like that's his genre that he does, like the melodrama, which is fine. Like I do like that, but yeah, that's with like say with the Alex Cross, I'm like, I don't want Alex Cross to be like melodrama. I guess it kind of is though. If you think back, it's just been a while since I've read a lot of it.
I wouldn't say he was, because I feel like he's a pretty good actor when he's playing himself. He's not. I don't feel like he's too over the top.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed his character as him. It was just funny because it's from 2012. This movie was. So back then, like, it was a lot of, I mean, the cops are gonna get fucking revenge. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm like, I don't think that would go over well today. Regardless if it's Tyler Perry or not. I don't think people want to watch cops get vigilante justice anymore.
Probably not.
Oh, and then, so besides that, I've been watching Alone as my fall asleep on the couch show.
Oh yeah, that's always a good one to watch.
That's a good one. And there's a new, I don't know if you ever watched the Wolf Dick has a documentary on HBO.
Oh, I think, was it older?
They came out with a new season.
Oh, okay. Because I don't have HBO now, but I do remember watching some kind of like documentary series, I want to say, that he
That's what this
had
is,
a part
yeah.
of. Okay, yeah. So I've probably seen one of the older seasons, just not the new
Mm.
stuff.
Well, they came out with a new season, so I've been watching that.
Hell yeah.
So for Easter, I don't know if y'all did anything, but me and Gabe went to Fort Pickens.
Nice. Yes, you told me you went and watched the sunrise, right?
No, we didn't get there that early.
Ah, okay.
I saw the sunrise. I was like up early enough for it. I just not like in the car going
Yeah.
anywhere. But yeah, we went to Fort Pickens and it was like rainy, like drizzly, perfect
Mhm.
rain, and it was beautiful. So I'll share some photos on our Instagrams.
Nice. Yeah, we don't really celebrate Easter.
Hmm.
So I just made like cucumber cream cheese sandwiches, and then I made a little cucumber and radish, and what else was it? It was cucumber, radish, and arugula with a poppy seed
Ooh,
dressing. That's what it
it sounds
was.
delicious.
So we
So you had
had
like a little, what is it? Ostera? Ostera?
Ostera, yeah, kind of,
Mhm.
yeah. We had just a spring, themed little light lunch, basically.
Light lunch.
Light lunch. And then I think I even made like some roasted like chicken thighs for dinner, just I wanted it to just feel very spring and herbs, like all the herbs and vegetables that
Hmm.
I was using. So
Nice.
it was good. Yeah. And we watched a lot of movies actually. And it turns out, I guess Resident Evil just happens to be kind of like our Easter time movie, which I feel is very appropriate considering it's zombies, rising from the dead and all.
Resurrected.
Resurrection. Yeah. Like
Yes.
the themes.
The themes
The
are there.
themes. And the only reason why I know this is because, again, we were doing things like Andrew was working on some cutting in the garage and everything. And I think I was working on some laundry. And yeah, we're just, bebopping, piddling around, doing our Sunday
Bebopping.
stuff. Yeah. Bebopping, piddling, whichever term you prefer. And so he just happened to put on Resident Evil because basically it's just background stuff because we're kind of coming in and out and I'm folding clothes. And I was logging the movies because, again, if you want to follow me on Letterboxd, remember you can. And I had put it, and when you rewatch something on Letterboxd, like you can see the last time you watched it if you had logged it,
Mhm.
And I saw where it was like the end of March last year when we watched it.
You're like, huh.
Yeah, it was like a 5 or 6 day difference, I think. And I was like, well, this is officially our Easter movie.
You're like, 'tis the season.
So yeah, the OG Resident Evil, which
Nice.
has your cult boy in it.
Who?
The bad guy, the cult leader from The Following.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah, he's in it with
Oh, funny. Joe Carroll?
Yeah,
Joe Carroll's
Carroll. Yeah, Joe Carroll's in it. And then we also watched Triple X that day with Vin Diesel.
Nice.
Oh my God. Okay. So I kind of forgot the entire premise of the movie. And then we start watching it. And then I was like, oh, it all kind of rushed back to me where I was like, oh, this is one I think I watched in middle school a lot with like my brother,
Mm.
And oh,
Is
it
he
was
like a spy or something?
yeah, it was like it's so dumb. Well, no, he's not even he becomes like a spy because he basically is like a TikTok like creator, like an extreme
Mhm.
sports TikTok creator, if you want to put it in a modern lens. Like he's
Yeah.
basically doing that because he basically does almost
Stunts or
like
something.
vandal stunts, yeah, like where he's doing stunts that like are not approved, and it's
Oh,
him and
yeah,
a
yeah.
crew of people, and they like stole a senator's like Lamborghini or something, and then they like drive it off a cliff, and he like parachutes off of it.
It's extreme.
And that's just the beginning. So and yeah, so basically they like recruit him to get him into this like car ring in Europe. Yeah, I'm not going to go into it. It's a terrible movie, but oh my God, does it like just capture that? I feel like the bro, like, aesthetic of the early 2000s, like what
Hmm.
everyone's wearing, like the rock music that just like permeates through it was very funny to watch.
I can see the bleached tips now.
And then we rounded it out with the perfect score with Captain America and Black Widow, who we know I am not a fan of Scarlett Johansson.
Oh yeah, you don't like ScarJo.
Yeah, I do not like ScarJo. So I ended up watching it a little bit. Again, we're doing stuff in and out. So
I haven't even heard of that.
Yes, it was about them basically trying to steal SAT scores.
What?
Yes, and they're all young. This is like an older movie. Yeah, they're all. Yes,
Captain
early.
America.
Yes,
you didn't say the actual actor.
Oh, yeah, Chris Evans. But yeah, it has both of them in it, before they did Marvel, basically. And I have to, okay, and this is when I remembered, I also have never thought Chris Evans is like super attractive. So this whole movie was just kind of weird to watch, like in and out. Again, wasn't very good. Could see why it would have been maybe a subpar, like young adult, teenage kind of movie.
Yeah.
But other than that, I felt it was like just really flat, kind of boring. Didn't have like overly funny parts. Yeah, I think I gave it like 2 stars. Don't recommend.
Yeah, I have always thought Chris Evans was attractive.
No, he was never one for me. This is what my rating was. The perfect score was perfectly bad.
Ouch.
And then, yeah, we've also been partaking in a little wolf dick.
Oh, have you?
And we have restarted Law and Order SVU from season 1, and we're already on season 3.
Nice. You're going through it at my speed.
Yeah, they're just like so easy to watch. And they're just like, to me, they are the quintessential like crime cop show, like for me, they
set the standard. I think
it really does set the standard. And of course, the anime Frere Ren that we've been watching. It's like I said, perfectly cozy and still going on the adventure. Basically, I can't recommend it enough.
Nice.
Noise.
Noise.
And stick around for the end of the episode because we will be announcing the giveaway winner that we had going on the contest on Instagram. So that is going to be announced at the end of the episode. Stay tuned for that as well. All right, we're officially doing the April spring backward is what we decided. I believe last episode we said spring forward, but we realized everything we chose were time travel movies that were going back in time, not forward.
Yes. So springing backwards.
So next episode will be Frequency. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. And then we'll give you the little teaser of the May theme. And that will be Southern Gothic for sure. So in this episode, we watched 1994's TimeCop. It was directed by Peter Hyams, who also did Sudden Death with Jean Claude. And then he also did End of Days, just to give you a little familiarity with him, because I know you were a fan of End of Days with Arnold.
Was being the key term.
Yeah.
Until I watched it recently.
You're like, ooh.
You're like, oh, damn. I don't remember it being that bad.
The screenplay was by Mark Verheiden. The story by Mike Richardson and Mark Verheiden. It was based on TimeCop.
That's a totally different movie, ma'am.
That is. I bet it exists too.
Ooh.
To go
but there's a lot of splits in it too.
Time Cop by Mike Richardson and Mark Verheiden. Produced by Moshe Diamant, Sam Raimi, yes, the Sam Raimi, and Robert Tappert. It was starring Jean Claude Van Damme, Ron Silver, and Mia Sara. The cinematography was also Peter Hyams, and it was edited by Stephen Kemper. And the music was by Mark Isham. And yes, the Mark Isham who did Blade, baby. And I thought this was fun just because I recognized the name. And when I looked him up and I was like, oh yeah, Blade, that's what he did. And then he also did A River Runs Through It, Fly Away Home. Speaking of Alex Cross, he did Kiss the Girls. He also did The Conjuring, among like tons of others. Like I didn't realize like how much of this man's music composition was like a big part of so much media.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so this man be working. Mm-hmm. Everyone is probably familiar with some of his work somewhere down the line.
Yeah, you've watched at least one of his movies.
Exactly. That's how involved he's been. So this was released September 16th, 1994. The running time is 98 minutes. The budget was 27 to 28 million, and the box office was 102 million. So that's pretty damn good. Mm-hmm. This is considered one of Jean Claude's like best movies. And I think it was one of his more financially successful as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it opened at number 1 that weekend. I think it beat Shawshank Redemption. Like, okay, crazy.
Damn. So, I mean, he was super popular in the 90s. Like, he was beloved.
Oh, yeah. Aunt Daisy, obsessed with him. The only reason why I've seen any of his movies is being at her house. And I always remember coming in and out of them because they never were quite like as exciting to me. I guess, like, I don't know. He was no Jackie Chan.
Yeah. Was Jackie Chan movies popular then in the 90s?
I just know they were
in the 90s.
Popular with Aunt Daisy and I, because we watched all of his Chinese films and stuff, like the things that he did overseas, and then a lot of his earlier work that he did do in the States, which I think was Rumble in the Bronx.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, so like we watched a lot of those too, and like those held my attention more at that age than the Jean Claude Van Damme ones did. So
we watched a lot of Van Damme in my house because my dad and my brother loved him.
That's so funny.
They're like all about those roundhouse kicks, I guess.
They're like that fancy leg work. Like Van Damme is like on the low end of the totem pole for me for like action stars.
That's a hot take.
I guess so. I it's like him and Steven Seagal. Like they're the bottom of the barrel to me.
Steven Seagal was always the bottom because even though he was like glorified as like this martial artist, I was like, I don't remember him doing anything but like ninja chop.
Yes, like that. I agreed. Like I really don't remember him being that much of a standout. Like
he was never that athletic, I don't think, in his movies.
I mean, not nearly like Van Damme. Like
Van Damme to me was impressive with his flexibility.
Yes, I feel like Van Damme was more of an acrobat.
Yeah,
almost, you know, like he could do like a lot of cool tricks and stuff,
which is what I always liked.
yeah, and so that's why he definitely is above Seagal for me, but he's still on the lower end compared to other action stars I like. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I digress.
I digress.
So it was based on the oh my god, I can't speak today.
The Dark Horse.
It was based on the Dark Horse comic from 92. And so how they differ is that in the comic, the time conflict that happens is actually in like a remote mining village in South Africa. And there's like African miners that are being neglected and abused by like these white proprietors. And so it's kind of just like this very simple 3-part story. And they obviously completely switched that up for the film.
Totally different.
Yeah, there's like not even a central villain or antagonist. Like it's kind of just this entire, you know, the town and the mining and the apartheid basically is what it is. Mm-hmm. So Walker in the comics takes down a time traveling criminal who was just trying to get diamonds from this mine and stuff, basically.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. And he does it and he leaves, but then it turns out that there was like a robot that the bad guy had took with him, kind of. So then he has to go back and then just stop the berserker robot. And in the process, he basically gives like a kid a diamond and it changes the trajectory still. And this kid, having funds, is able to grow up and he basically like ends apartheid in South Africa. Like, so completely different plot line.
Yeah.
But I would like to just note, if no one caught it when I was reading it, that the screenplay and story and comic was in part by one of the creators. So I get, he was okay with just taking the idea and then running with it in a different direction, it seems like, for the film.
That's good to know.
Yeah. I was like, he was involved in it. So it seems like he was like just trying to make it, just a more sci-fi action film, storyline. So I found a Reddit that was like, ask me anything for Sam Raimi. And someone asked, hi, Sam, big fan here. I have always wondered, how did you end up producing 2 of Jean Claude Van Damme's best movies, Hard Target and TimeCop? Did you ever consider directing one of his movies as well? I think that would have been fun to see. And that was from TimeCop versus Predator, like 6 years ago on Reddit. So Sam Raimi replied, my friend Sheldon Lettich introduced us, and Jean Claude and I hit it off, and we just decided to make a couple of films together. I never thought that I had the right stuff for directing those kind of films, though. But there was someone I admired who did. I had the good luck to work with master filmmaker John Woo, who directed Hard Target, and then the good fortune of working with sci-fi drama action great Peter Hyams, who directed TimeCop. And he said, thanks for the questions. So I just thought that was interesting. Robert Ebert, though, he gave this a review, and here's a little snippet where I completely agree with this part. Because if you've seen this movie, it has plot holes galore when it comes to actual, like, the science fiction is more fiction
than science.
Yeah. So this is what Roger Ebert had to say about that part. The time travelers launched themselves into the past by being strapped into a rocket car, which hurtles down rails toward a wall. Just before it hits the wall, it disappears. Fine, except when the travelers materialize in the past, the rocket car has disappeared. If it does not go into the past with them, why is this necessary? If it stays in the present, why does it disappear? And why, oh why, if travel backwards is so difficult, are the travelers able to return to the present by simply pushing a button on a gizmo they were strapped to their bodies? But never mind.
Exactly.
Because he almost, just in his own words, wrote the exact same thing I had wrote in my notes.
Exactly.
I had watched it. So I was like,
apparently this was a common thought process.
Yes. It's a very glaringly obvious thing that I think most people take away from the film.
Yes. The lack of thought towards time travel.
Yes.
In a time travel movie.
Exactly. Oh man. So with that, Jess is going to take it away with the you Googled summary.
Imagine if Jean Claude Van Damme was the only thing standing between the space-time continuum and a corrupt senator's campaign budget. That's TimeCop. It's 1994, and the government has created the TEC, which is like the TSA, but with time machines and machine guns. Van Damme plays Max Walker, a cop who solves temporal paradoxes the only way he knows how, by doing a 360 roundhouse kick into the past. The plot? A villain is stealing gold from the Civil War to buy TV ads in the 90s. The logic? Shaky. The stakes? If you touch your past self, you turn into a giant pile of CGI ripple goo. TimeCop. Have a nice day.
Great job. You're really beefing up those summaries now.
Thank you. Thank you.
It captured it perfectly.
I especially like the CGI ripple goo part. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. Because that's exactly what they turn into. Very funny. Very similar to the little shot things in Blade when they turn into the blood goo.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So was this your first time, or you have memories of this one?
I thinking when he first mentioned TimeCop, the only thing that popped in my mind was RoboCop for some reason.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I know that's not it. And then when I saw Van Damme, I was like, And then the splits in the kitchen scene, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't remember it was because to avoid being electrocuted. I had a memory of when he wraps that guy's hand in that towel or fabric or whatever, and then kicks him in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that scene. And that was pretty much it. That was pretty much all the memories I have of this movie.
I'll be honest. I think I may have gotten this mixed up with one of the plethora of other ones that he's done. Just in terms of specifics, like I obviously knew it was TimeCop. So like I remembered he goes back in time. But yeah, that was kind of it. Like I said, the split scene, that really is the standout scene because it was impressive. It was very impressive still to watch it. Because I mean, he does look like he comes straight up off the floor into splits. Like,
yeah, he probably did.
The physics are impressive.
Yeah,
like that he can defy them like that.
He defied physics for sure.
So yeah, it was really cool. But like I said, I had more of a general Van Damme catalog of memories. And then knowing he did this film, I was like, okay, let's watch it again. Because I haven't watched a Van Damme movie probably since I was a kid, to be perfectly honest.
Same.
Yeah. And this is kind of like known as his better work. It went with the theme. And I'm like, oh, this will be perfect. I have to say, I was very disappointed.
I wasn't disappointed because I didn't have high expectations to begin with.
I think I had a lot higher expectations. And I thought I feel like there should have been more fighting. Is that just me? Like, I don't know. It did feel like it was probably the most, and this is sad to say, like it was trying to be a cohesive kind of story with like character development and kind of, about who he is and, about his wife and the senator. And I mean, the senator is Donald Trump. Like, let's throw that out there straight away.
Even the things that they were describing, I was like, is it 2026?
I know, because that was to me the wildest thing to watch was how like I feel on point almost it would have been where you have this shitty fucking guy in the 90s who is like wanting to be richer so he can buy freaking ads for presidency because as we know that's how the president wins at the time. So that was really funny seeing that now and in the lens that we're in today for sure.
And it's almost 32 years ago.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I guess that's why I had higher hopes for it because the overall premise is like a fun science fiction idea, like time cops. I like that. Like that, like it's not a bad idea with how they're setting it up. Because at first you're like, why would you need time cops if you're going back there, you're the one messing it up. But it's that they're the ones preventing because the technology, they know once it becomes available that all countries are going to get to it, and not everyone's going to be using it, obviously, in good faith. I mean, I'm thinking, why would you need to use it, period? I don't know.
They just know that it's going to get out that the technology is known and people know that it can be done. They're going to find the way to do it.
Yes, exactly. And so that's the whole thing is they're the US. Yeah, they said like, as your Google summary said, TSA. Homeland Security, if you will, but for time. And that's the thing though, while the stakes seem high in that you just can't touch yourself, you can talk to yourself and you won't go crazy. Like you can do all these things to where the setup itself is again, like where I'm like, okay, like, I mean, other than the fact of you don't want people to steal and change time too crazy because it will like fuck things up a little bit.
Create ripples.
Yeah, create ripples. But then they never really explain what the ripples are going to do they?
Well, obviously it doesn't because that was a shit ton of things that happened in the past at the end of the movie.
Well, yeah. And then even they don't ever stop him. So there's been a ton of ripples. And then, but does he undo all of those ripples because he killed the senator? But wouldn't that in and of itself create another ripple? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like,
well, and then it did do the time thing where like you see at the beginning of the movie, that she looks upset, and this is why, because it's like in a loop. It's a time loop where this has to happen for that to happen, like Harry Potter.
But again, the whole thing is like, we can't have this happen, period, is kind of how it feels in the beginning. But then it's like, and even in its own source material, they end in a way where, the bad guy doesn't change the past, but the good guy still changed the past. So the past has been changed regardless. So like, it doesn't matter if it was, what does time travel have morality? Like, if it's something that's for the good, the timeline's only going to change for the good. Like, I find that very hard to believe, because even in all butterfly effect theories, like, the consequences could be disastrous or great, but it's not going to be just one thing. And this feels like, I gave a diamond to a kid, and now the diamond mine, he ends apartheid, and the rest of the future is exactly the same. Just that one thing changed. Like, I don't believe that. And then and then he's able to save his wife when she should have died. Like, either way, though, he's lived then an entire future without her. Like, because remember, they say they can't go into the future. So the way I would look at it is, she was always meant to die, though, either way, because he lived that in his entire, like another, 10 years or so without her. So I would assume that's supposed to be the proper timeline still, because if he hadn't have done that, would he have actually become a time cop? Like, would the trajectory of his life would have changed, possibly. Yeah. So then you wouldn't necessarily be in that loop. Like, how could he ever get in the loop? That's why time travel is so hard to talk about.
Yeah. You're getting like a total mind fuck about it.
I know. I'm like, did anything I just said make any sense?
Well, I think it's funny that at the end, when he comes back and he goes home, and his wife and his 7-year-old son are there. And I'm like, and now he has no memories.
That's what I'm saying. The past, the last 10 years, basically. It's supposed to have been
almost,
because it was 94 when everything happens, when his wife dies.
Yeah, so it is.
And then it's supposed to be
kid's supposed to be 10?
2004. Yeah, from my understanding. So, and that's what I'm saying. Because I would have preferred the ending if they still would have had her die. To where that it, you know what I mean? Where death is inevitable, and no matter what timeline she's supposed to die, because he's supposed to get back into that loop, is how I would have seen it. To where then when he goes back to the future, he would just be continuing on with his life. You know what I mean? But now they're like, but now he gets his family. That's okay. But I'm like, yeah, but what are the last 10 years? Probably, I don't know. That's
I feel like they were setting it up for him to end up with the fielding.
That's okay. Yeah. Let's bring up her character, actually. So as we've mentioned in the summary, you kind of know what's going on. There's this big bad senator. They now have time cops, yada, yada. He's obviously been trying to stop the senator. And each time he's going back, certain things are changing. He's trying to figure it out. And even his own company, what is it? The TEC, what do they call it? TEC.
ECT.
Even when he's been going back, certain things he has noticed changing, or they don't know somebody, that kind of stuff. And so they introduce to him, because basically he's like, I don't need a babysitter, but she's like an IA guy, internal affairs almost.
Yeah,
is basically what it is. And so she's going to be his partner. But I feel like they should have just kind of showed her earlier of something about her, because I feel like they just throw her in there. And then they're supposed to kind of be maybe building this relationship or repertoire a little bit between each other, or have rapport, have a little rapport between each other. But I just don't think it was executed very well, because I like the idea of having her in it. And then
you know who she is? You wouldn't know.
Who?
She's from ER.
Oh, is she?
Mm-hmm. Because the star was like, oh my God, she looks so familiar.
I thought she did look kind of familiar. Oh, that's funny, because I did watch ER somewhat, but not religiously.
She was the one that had HIV. That was groundbreaking back then.
Oh, interesting. No, I don't remember that much of her character.
she was like the first character on TV to have HIV and actually have like a long life and not die from AIDS.
Interesting.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, but in this one, I felt like her character fell flat. They're supposed to be kind of friendly, but it still doesn't feel like they are. And then he is trying to save her, though. So he does go through that much. And then it turns out that she is working for the senator. But then they kind of like just brush it to a side because the senator, of course, like shit goes down and then she's not used. And then she's like, I'm going to make it up to you and do the right thing. And I don't know. It just felt so like cliche or cheesy or like I was like, meh.
Yeah, like I was expecting it to be cheesy.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like her character almost was like unnecessary to an extent. Like they could have maybe done that. They could have got to the same way without her. And I feel
I felt like it was fine that she was there. I just feel like they threw the fake, like you said, rapport. I feel like they laid that on too thick.
Yeah, it just felt like crammed like in there for
still turned against you. I don't feel like you should be that friendly with her.
Yeah. And they even end it where he sees her, but she has no recollection of him again with the 10 years. So again, that's where I'm like, this is so dumb.
I feel like she had a deja vu.
Maybe. And that's the thing too, is she had never even time jumped before. So like she was taking like really big risks for the senator. I mean, essentially.
And for what?
Yeah. See, that's the thing. You don't really get that. Like, I wish they would have showed maybe just clips of her throughout the movie as well, or like just something, I don't know, something to give us a little more. So that way maybe we care a little more.
Right.
Yeah. I just basically didn't care about her one way or the other because you just didn't get enough. So I was like, boo. Oh, I did have one note when let's talk about the fight scene, the apartment one during this fight. And like
the apartment. You mean at his house?
Yeah. Well, was it his house? The way it looked like an apartment almost.
At the beginning of the movie?
No. When he does the splits.
Oh, okay.
When they're when they're in like his modern day, like normal era. Yeah. Cause this is when he's been again traveling, doing his little TimeCop shit, trying to stop the senator guy. That's another thing too. They don't bring up early on either. I guess they're wanting you to think about it. That's the one thing where I'm like, okay, maybe this was purposeful, but it was that because I'm like, how the fuck are these things happening when the only one the senator knows about was what they're using? Like they would see people using this machine. Like it's one thing if it's like another country doing it, you know what I mean? Like you have no control over their setup and their labs and all that. But like, I'm like, how is the senator doing it? And they eventually answer it that he was using the prototype that was in another location, which I'm like, and yet no one.
I guess I didn't see that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, and no one noticed that he was using the prototype in another location. Like, this is a huge thing. There has to be people fucking running it and stuff. Like,
yeah,
that was another big flaw of this, in my opinion, as well.
Well, apparently not, because his friend, that one guy, did it all by himself to send him back.
I know, but then it shows them having to go, like, that's what doesn't make sense. I'm like, well, who's operating the equipment?
Nobody.
that you showed that you made a really big deal of when they first went.
And the car thing still makes no sense to me. Where does it go? What happens to it? How do you get back in it on the way home?
They specifically showed the entire car disappear when they time travel
into the plasma or whatever it goes into.
Yeah. If anything, it should show them being launched out of the car, like their bodies.
Like what was it? The crash test dummies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it would make at least a little more sense.
Yeah, like it shoots them out of there into the plasma.
Yeah. But so while he's been doing all that though, and then he's finally like back home and, of course they're out to get him. So that's when you get the big fight scene. Like I said, this one is very acrobatic as I described it. And why I enjoy this one, I think the most, like, cause the other ones aren't quite, he does this. And in that moment when he's like doing his splits and like the crazy kicks and spinning around. And I'm like, you know what? Jean Claude Van Damme would have made an excellent drag queen. Like,
oh man, he could have done the best death drops.
Yes. Yeah, the death drops and the throwbacks and like everything. Like he could have done
body yada yada.
He could have done it all. I know. And the bone structure, I'm like, man, he would have been a great drag queen.
Mm-hmm.
I almost wish we would have seen him also in Tu Wong Fu, like just a cameo during that time.
Yeah, that would have been cool. I don't know. He's a little macho for that, I think, based on what I've heard about him.
Yeah, probably. I think so too. So yeah, that was a big fight scene. Like you said, in the very beginning, the house explodes and there's a few, like when he's gone back in time. So I guess when I'm saying, I think there should have been more fighting, I guess I felt like there should have just been better fighting. Because some of besides the like couple of really the big one, that one, and then like the end fight, the rest of them, the editing was a little weird. Did you notice that? Like how it was
on
like
the fights,
like how they were cut. It wasn't very fluid sometimes, to where it almost feels like he's not that good of a fighter. You know what I mean? Because like if you watch a Jackie Chan action film, or even like the new like Keanu Reeves ones and stuff, like even if there's cuts, it still feels like what they're doing was one solid movement, like that you're just filming their entire choreographed fight.
I get you.
And this
like
felt
like
there was a lot of cuts. Yeah, to where it almost felt like it broke his rhythm. And it wasn't looking like he was actually doing this fluid like fight that actually happened.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, that's where I felt like I was like,
well, he got his ass kicked a lot.
Yeah, he did. That's true. But when we finally get to the big piece de resistance, when everything's coming undone, the senator's time is getting up because things he's got this just all under wraps and everything. He's like, no, he's like, Jean Claude can't beat me, or Walker, whatever. He's not calling him Jean Claude.
TimeCop Ranger.
Yeah. So this is the big finale where it is like, he's like, I'm going to go kill his wife, like, and make all of this basically happen. So at one point when they were still in the past and they've all kind of converged together again, we find out Sarah, the field agent, was the IA one or whatever, was actually working for the senator, and they are in a microchip building. So this was the senator's like grand
it has to be
plan.
Like cold.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So they were in the microchip building because he was partners with this microchip stuff. And when he was younger, he like bought out of it, or got out of it, I guess. And it was like a big mistake in hindsight, because the company went on to be like $1 billion company. It's supposed to be in the early tech, 90s kind of age. Mm-hmm. And so basically the whole senator's grand plan is, yes, he's been stealing money from like the Wild West and this and that, but he's also gonna directly help himself, like his past self,
yes,
by telling him like, don't dip out of this, and then he is gonna murder his partner though,
right?
So that way he gets all the money, instead of just being like, don't dip out of this deal. He's like, no, I'm gonna one up it and I'm gonna murder the guy, and
won't be tied to my past self at all.
Yeah. And so that's his plan, and he does it. And this is another one of those big loopholes, because I feel like he straight up did murder that guy. And then they traveled a little bit again in between. There's a big fight in the computer chip lab. Looks like a video game almost. There's literally like just red flammable barrels everywhere. Like it was so unbelievable. Like the set. Yeah. It was so cheesy as well. They're doing that. But okay, so they travel again because he's like, well, I got to stop him. And he's figuring out, again, they're both basically coming to how the movie opened, of where they're going to have to figure out, they're going to have to kill his wife or not kill his wife. Like that's like the goal, I guess, for the senator, of being able to get away with this somewhat. And he goes
or kill
back,
him.
Yes, or kill him, and which he knows he can do by going back to that specific time, possibly. But when Jean Claude goes back from that experience and he goes in the future, and then the microchip company was his, and they're like about to disband it and everything. So that guy's dead. The partner was dead. And then he goes back in time again. But this time when he goes back, we don't know in which point of time that his wife was murdered. I'm going to assume it would have been in some kind of time period that was post when the senator killed that guy. So like what timeline was he going on? Because when they go back in the future again, the microchip company is yet again owned by that normal guy, and it's not the name of the senator any longer. So like, were they able to go back in time and nullify killing that man? Because they don't ever show that either. They just show him getting murdered. Like, so when he went back and saved his wife, did that stop, I guess, that guy from being murdered too?
Well, because I'm assuming because then the senator's like goo. So just depends on if he had murdered him or not at that point.
Yeah, see, that's what I was wondering. So again, another thing where I'm like, okay, I'm reading too much into it, and they under-explained everything.
They had no explanation, because even at the beginning of the movie, when it jumped from 94 to 2004, I was like, wait, they just said they couldn't go to the future. And then I was like, oh, it's supposed to be 10 years in the future. There was no explanation of how the TimeCop thing even became a thing.
Oh, yeah, they just jump right into it. Because I think
they just jumped right into it.
In the very beginning, he talks about where I think he had a meeting for it. So maybe he was already in the works of, he was going to be a time cop, it seems, regardless. You know, like,
I guess I didn't hear him say that.
I thought they did. Don't quote me on it, but I could have sworn in the very beginning he talks about. And then they also kind of make this theme of where, because the judging of his character, they know he's always going to do his job. And I guess that's partially why he's like, the senator sees him how he is like, well, oh, he's going to still do his job. And because that was how someone explained it in some synopsis of like, of how they knew he was going to maybe get away with killing his wife, because they're like, oh, if we called him away, then he'll leave because that's his duty, you know.
Yeah, like he'll always do his duty.
I know, and it's like they harped on that like 2 times, but then they didn't really harp on it anymore. So again, I'm like, okay, well, like, so he doesn't have a problem. I don't know. Maybe that was his character growth, is that he didn't do his duty because he technically saved his wife, you know, and child. Yeah. So he had to learn, he had to live a decade without them to figure out that family was more important than duty.
Did you recognize who his wife was?
Yeah. What was she? No, I knew she was from something, but I couldn't quite place it.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her face, I was like, oh my God, who is that? So familiar.
Yeah, she looked familiar, but she had such a small role, honestly. They did say, though, that she was like a part of kind of doing her stunts in the end fight with like hanging off the roof and everything.
And also, you sent your pregnant wife up on the roof. You couldn't have her hide in a closet.
Thank you.
While you drew the attention out on the roof.
Well, and also there was his other self that was just running around outside. Yeah. He knew the men went inside. Why wouldn't
took the wife with him? Stashed her somewhere.
Or even like, because he so doesn't want his old self to know about it. And I'm like, all these other people are showing themselves to themselves. Like, it doesn't seem like that's not going to do anything. You just can't touch yourself, you know?
Which is like dumb as fuck too. Like, matter can't exist in the same, I would expect the same room.
Like, yeah, they're like, no, just literally on top of each other.
Yes, literally on top of each other. They cannot exist.
But yeah, so that's where it just kind of like, I'm like, why wouldn't you have just ran inside to like trap them in? Because then you know old you is up there going to protect her. And then there's, you know, new you or whatever, present you, like going in, and you could literally like corner the guys. And like, so I'm like, if you can't take down 2 dudes, you're not as badass as like people are portraying you.
Well, I think it was like 4, wasn't it? Actually,
oh, maybe. Okay, so but he takes down like 2 of them, and then there's only 2 left, I thought.
Right. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. You know, like he's picked off a few, and then I'm like, okay.
Work with your past self.
Yes, I really thought that was how, because like I didn't remember much about this film either, so I really thought there was going to be a moment where they were like fighting, but they have to make sure, you know, that they're not touching each other when they're like fighting the other guys. Like, how cool would that have been?
That would have been way better,
right?
Than him just running around like a cornfield, basically, or whatever.
And then hanging off the roof in the other one, like with the girl. Like, I don't know. It was
still getting his ass kicked.
Yeah. And I also agreed where I'm like, why would he send the metal or the the wife on the roof, and then she's like clinging to a metal pipe, and it's like thundering. And
I thought she was going to get electrocuted from that.
Too. That's why I also thought, I was like, oh, they're going to kill her
die
off.
Either way.
Yeah. To where, she had to die either way. So that way this like time loop could stay happening or something. And nope, they didn't do that either.
So I'm sure when he gets back, if they would have had a sequel, it would have been all the shit that he caused from what he did in the past.
Yeah. So overall, would you watch this again? And how many popcorns do you give it?
Out of 5?
Yes.
I give it, I think 1.5 out of 5 popcorns.
Oh, damn.
I'll give it 2 for the explosions. Because they were not CG explosions. They were good explosions.
That's true. Yeah.
And for the splits.
Effects. Yeah.
And then they're half star just for the splits.
Agreed. And doing it from like off the ground, like completely. Yeah. Like that was really impressive. If we just would have had a little more of that and less of the like over talky talk. Because that's the thing. It was like a lot of talking.
They relied on Jean Claude's acting too much.
They did. Like,
this is not an acting movie for him. This should have been a stunt heavy movie.
I agree. And that's why I'm like, oh, people like it because it was more, it has more acting and more of like a plot, quote unquote.
That's why people like it.
Yeah, that's what, a lot of the high reviews for it were kind of basically like, it's a well thought out movie. I guess because it wasn't just action and, maybe some like the attempt at science fiction, I think people were trying to appreciate. But again, I think they kind of butchered it with the science fiction, and he's just not that type. Like, he's not an Arnold. Like, Arnold can get away with kind of some of the sci-fi stuff, but it's because they're not trying to overly explain it either sometimes. And this one, I feel like in the very beginning of the movie, they're explaining to you the butterfly effect, like they're really, it feels like they're trying to push like the time travel and the rules for it, but then
they don't go by the rules.
Yeah. And then there's just like, okay,
you have to know the rules to break them, Stephanie.
Let's see how this goes. So I agree with you. I would also give it 2 popcorns, and I don't know if I would ever watch this one again.
No, I definitely would not watch it again. I'm good. But I will tell you my favorite scenes from it.
Well, you said the split scene, right?
Oh, no, not just that one.
Oh, okay. What else we got?
In the mall when that guy's skating and steals that lady's purse.
Yes.
And he does that. He has his foot like up in the air.
That perfect high kick.
High kick, frozen. Read it. Read his little work boots.
And then he reads the name Wolverine, and then he's
read
like,
between the lines.
Read between the lines.
I should get the fuck out of here.
Here's another good quote. I don't bake cookies for a living.
I don't bake cookies for a living.
Yeah. And the creepiest line and this is of course like, it was fun seeing the scene with the wife. Like you said, she was contacted. So she kind of knows a little bit of something weird is happening, obviously. But she doesn't know that she was going to be killed. Like, he does make sure he doesn't tell her that because he doesn't want to freak her out. But he's like, there's never enough time to satisfy a woman.
I know. I'm like, oh.
His movies are always super horny.
I know. Like sex scene, I was like, that was so unnecessary.
Yeah. And it was like very sensual and those boobies.
Yeah. I'm sure everybody's like, oh my God, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, girls' boobs. But you know who I liked the most in the whole movie? The senator. I loved him in this. I feel like his acting was the best.
Yeah, he definitely came across as a smug and I'm better and smarter and I'm gonna figure it out, and like
and his quote that I loved was, you ever been inside a president's limo?
Yeah.
No? Stay in touch. I'll send you a photograph of it.
Like, what a shit. What a fucking little shit.
Oh yeah, so funny.
But so it was nice seeing him turn to goo at least.
Mm-hmm. him slamming his assistant's head into their tank Teslas.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Tesla got the designs.
Yeah, you can tell how much he relied on making the ugliest cars from the 80s sci-fi movies and 90s.
Yeah, I was like, we all drive tanks in the future.
Yeah, basically.
I was like, no, I want a window. I want to be able to see outside.
I don't want to be in a like sardine death trap because that's what
exactly.
they seem like.
How do you even get in? Did he get in from the top?
I think it was like maybe a DeLorean situation. Did it like open on the
side?
Door? Yeah, like open like that up ones or whatever. I don't know.
Like wings.
Yeah, like the wings. I was like, what is the word I'm looking for?
Up. And away, door.
So yeah, that was TimeCop, guys. It wasn't very good. Like I said, I was actually expecting more, so I was disappointed. I'm glad it was right around what you were expecting, at least.
Yeah, I was not disappointed because I had no expectations. I know what a Jean Claude Van Damme movie is going in.
Yeah, I
have enough experience with them.
It's been so. You know what one I want to when I want to watch now is I believe it was. Oh shit! What was it? Not Maximum Overdrive.
No, that's the car one.
Maximum Risk.
Oh, you're like, I knew there was a maximum.
Yeah, I was like, it's something. Yeah.
Oh, didn't he have a movie just named Kickboxer too?
I think he did. Yeah.
That's the one we used to watch a lot of.
There is Death Warrants. Oh, Desert Heat. That one we watched a lot too.
Street Fighter. Remember Street Fighter?
Oh, yes. Sudden Death. Yeah, was the other big
Double
one.
Impact. That's the one where he's with himself.
Yes. Which again, where I'm like, he's done a lot of, that's where the Double Impact, I think that's what I was expecting, was like more of a Double Impact type situation, since this was a time travel and he was still going to be like around himself.
Yeah.
And as always, you can find us at Film Gazers. And remember, we had our giveaway. We
giveaway.
Saved it for the end so you'd listen to the episode. And the winner is, drum roll please, Jess. Username Pent Up Penny. That is the winner of the giveaway. And I'll repeat that. The username on Instagram, that one was Pent Up Penny. So congratulations. Thank you so much for listening. And we hope you enjoy your little variety goodie bag in celebration of the 100 episodes. And if you'd like to show other ways to support us, you can buy us a popcorn. There is a link on our link tree for that. And just, share some of our stuff on, social media, or even just leave a review. The reviews would really help. If you've listened to an episode and you liked it or anything like that, if you've been listening to us and you have yet to give us a review, please hop on, like Apple especially. That would be extremely helpful, having more reviews on there. So yeah, we would really appreciate that. So after this episode airs, go ahead and check out our Instagram again, because we're going to do a poll of, would you let your kid today watch this movie like we did growing up? Again, we were very like elementary school age when we would watch these films. Again, a lot of times it would be in the company of parents, so your eyes would just be covered during the sex scenes. So like, would you do that with your kid today or not? So go check out our Instagram. Make sure you vote. We'll discuss that maybe on a story or social medias. Start having a little more conversations with you guys. That would be nice. So we're trying to come up with some stuff. That would be fun. Talk to us.
Somebody talk to us.
So time to hit the dusty trail.
Until next time.
Later taters.